Welcome back, everyone. My name's Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Disco Elysium. Where we left off last time, we were searching around, looking at things. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Try and look inside. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it, and a small layer of white salt from the sea. Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? I point at the windows. No, he shakes his head. The windows rattle in their frames. I won't even try. You know, he takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes because he had to show me things. It's that bad. You still shoot, though? Well, enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm a sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10. I mean, it's not terrible, I guess. There's a man here with a child. Hopefully his own child.
And Mikhail, notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing at the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You, officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez. I'm Trant Heidelstein. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
The lieutenant nods. Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Jan Karp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He says as if it's self-evident. Wait, what was that you said about the windows you said before?
Oh, yes. So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago, so they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms, when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again. This man is your half-brother, you feel it, but why? Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? Aha, but it's not just any empty old building. He raises his hand to shield his eyes from the freezing snow. All 4 of you turn to admire the mural before you. Not a lot of people know it. This used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges, mostly was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom. I look at this building looming over me. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on the broken windowsill. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical. That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and Pherrid-type manufacturer remains. He adjusts his suit jacket. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Kongenstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. He gestures towards the building. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve. He grins. I'm mixing my metaphors here. What was the ace? It was here in Martinez, possibly this very building, that they developed prototypes for he pauses for an effect, a tape computer. A tape computer? An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants Ream, ICN, and ZAM haven't achieved yet. He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced. What happened? Indeed, what? The revolution? The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve. He nods. Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. He pauses, pointing to the other building, which continues. All of this was built by Feld. even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of the town for R&D. So you're saying the Feld Electrical built this boardwalk? I look under my feet. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war. A pleasure wheel? The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising in the sky. Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics, but history had other plans. What happened to the engineers, the company people? Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys, he smiles, as if he's somehow personally responsible for this bleak turn of events. But the story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask what tape computers, he means that the boys got shot by communists. The boys were bourgeois. I turned to Mikhail. He means they got shot in the head because they're bourgeois. Now, do you know what a bourgeoisie is? Officer, he sounds disappointed. I told you the chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet. Let's keep this kid friendly. The boy looks first at you, then back to his father, confused. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? They used them for military communications, he says, while his son looks up idly chewing on the corner of his worm-themed coloring book, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Decret de Mars. What was that? What's the March Decree? You mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March, the year 02? A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Bazar d'Insolende. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. He looks at his son. He starts giggling, his face hidden behind his book. Or, well, tried to. Somebody was too interested in worms to be paying any attention. The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion. How did these tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers? Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. He raises his finger, remembering something. Buckle up. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dompty Dom Center in Redfort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ackerman, who was the head curator at the time. This is before the twins Keith and Guy Just joined the team, trying to... Wait, did he just say Wompty Dompty Dom Center? He did it. He said Wompty Dompty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wompty Dompty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Just? Or maybe Guy. Alright, Wompty Dompty Dom Center, Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy Just. What are you talking about? The Wompty Dompty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. There it is again, those words. The exhibition itself drew on Ledgerman's notation of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ackerman, chose to... You're making this up. Kim, is he making this up? In fact, I am not. The Wompty Dompty Dom Center, he says casually, is a place you can visit if you're ever in Redfort, and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. He clears his throat. But perhaps I should return the tape to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto the white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing, made of black film and folding tape structures. Cool. Very, very cool, he agrees. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playbook experiment ended or vanished into the fires of 07. Wait, the Feld playback experiment? Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect. Why did they do it? Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. I want to ask something else. But of course. What else? He smiles and ruffles the kid's head. You look like someone has money. Do you have any money? I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here. He brushes it off like it's not a thing at all. He's not going to give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you're just profiling. No, I mean, come on, you need the money. It's not a thing. He can give you some. Can I have some of that unimportant money then? Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. He looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulders. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him the lesser known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions. Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out? By the way, do you work out? I do. Some Lomathang stick fighting now and then. Lomathang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the Isle of Lomathang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent. A form of martial arts from the island of Lomathang, right? Actually, quite many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Malabo tradition of the Hali people, the name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures. You doze off as he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind, seasoning with the unexpected pop culture references. Man, he's good at speaking. People must love him. But anyway, he says, after a while, with a charming, apologetic smile, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying? I don't really remember what I was saying. Then I guess everything got said, right? He squints his eyes into the sun. Thanks for the information. No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed. Pick your brain? If anything, this is rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever. We do not look like police. I guess we kind of do look like police now. Another power box. It changes nothing now. Or charges nothing now. It's empty. The fence blocks the path. No way on from here. We did, however, get a new skill or a new thought pattern. Wompty Dompty Dom Center. We should probably put it on. We're running out of... Oh no, we only have a couple thoughts left, and there's a lot of thoughts to go still. Maybe we should save some. I guess we could just forget some of them. But it costs skill points to forget them. Ah, interesting. Okay, we're gonna maybe just wait on this a little bit. We can always get the Wompty Dompty Dom Center later. Also, it doesn't take very long to do. I also want to get Hobocop. Or like... what else? We don't want advanced race theory. We want Fairweather T500 though. Anyways, we'll figure this out. We're just running out of thought things. There's something down there. Surprisingly nothing over here though. Oh, it's that phone booth. We came by here, didn't we? Maybe that's why it's empty. Didn't we come over here? I think we did, yes. We've definitely been here before. Okay, let's go back up there for just 1 sec. I just want to make sure we got everything. I believe we did, but I don't remember if we went over into this area. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Yes, we definitely been up here. Okay. We now have 30 real. Almost 31 real. We're getting rich. We almost have 2 days worth of living expenses. Kind of. Is this a church? Yes. We can go into the church. Let's try that out. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. Rattle the doors to see if they open. Nothing happens. Only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door. I don't think that's gonna work. Inspect the carpentry. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. Run your hand over a beam. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. It feels exceptional. 300 tons of pine wood fit together seamlessly. It's old too, cut and carved many centuries ago. How about the padlock? This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting somehow. Look at the sticker. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them. Looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before. But what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile and the X's make it dead. There's something blindingly modern about the symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before. What makes it so modern? It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you see the sense. You get a sense of the forces that senses of future at work here. Oh, I can't talk today. I'm gonna read that last line here. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here. Excellent. Nailed it. Alright, let's take a... Have I seen this symbol before? I point to it. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies, "No. What's it look like to you?" Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. What is junior delinquency? For Revachol SAR, the Morlington defines junior delinquency as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act of violence or an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes, as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This is part of your officer's exams. He puts a handkerchief in his pocket. What is suggestive of junior delinquency here? I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. I agree, it's very modern, but does the cheery guy not know he's dead, or does the dead guy not care that he is? What's the source of irony here? That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set. I take the sticker. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Put the sticker on your ledger, right on the cover. Voila, it looks very modern. You're part of the Future Brigade now, and so is your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby. Inspect the staple. The padlock passes through a staple that's hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently, and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier just to pry the whole thing off. This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy. He takes a step back. Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment. Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? I heard a sound before. Yes, the pulsing bass. He raises his hand to his ear. A sure sign of junior delinquency somewhere east of here. There's something on the sea ice there. Oh man, we suck at physical instrument. Alright, we'll leave. In all honesty, they're just not wearing physical instrument gear. We could switch some stuff up. We need to get on the other side. Alright, we put this down. That was good of us. Okay, let's talk to this person first. A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
Hi. Everyone knows drugs makes you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat? She looks at us, distracted. She also said, huh. I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
Oh, I don't have to do anything. I am the law. You have to do what the law says.
Real cool.
She looks down at the device, mumbling under her breath.
Way to abuse that power, man.
She says, thinking you can't hear her. She bats away your questions like flies. She's not intimidated by mere police officers. And the law says you have to wear a hat in this weather.
What kind of law says that?
She lets a quiet tisk roll off her tongue. The law of seasons. You'll get sick if you don't.
Yeah, well...
She tries to think of something.
Man, fuck the hat.
She tries to think of something to say, but can't. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law. Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. What's your name? Estelle, or Raquel. Her hair is dyed blonde with dark roots showing. There's coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness. And your surname? Why? Did I not say it was from the police? It's for the paperwork. Oh, okay, well, she hesitates. It's Burger. What's that device you have there? This, she breathes on her freezing fingers, is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. The wires? Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. What's a contact microphone? A contact mic records sounds from inside things like this ice. Your mangled brain would like you to know that there is a boxer called contact mic. What am I supposed to do with this? No idea. Does this have something to do with contact mic? She's confused. Yeah, I record stuff with it. I mean the boxer contact mic. No, this is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up. You know, contact mic doesn't just beat people up. He's also a role model. Okay. An entire litany spews forth. Yes, you heard right. He should be more like contact mic, a successful athlete, and no, not that one. On second thought, screw contact Mike. He's not a champion. You are. Look at you here in front of a saggy tent, picking your nose to a drug addict music. The world of sports is in awe of your faith and dedication. Man, you're one weird cop. No. I'd say I'm just about normal. Now about that Mike. Not Mike, Mike. You do understand it all sounds like Mike to me, right? How's it work? The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it picks up vibrations in the air. The box said it only picks up structure-borne sound. If you like technobabble. Where'd you get it from? Same place I got the recorder from. The Elysium. What's the Elysium? Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? She forgets herself for a moment. It's the coolest place in the whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and the synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck. Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy? Oh yeah, she looks to you over, assessing your age. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be Elysium going kind of person. I get down. I don't know what that means. I grind. I don't know what that means either. It means I'm hip beyond my years. That's cool. She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. Your right time has deserted me. Oh, my morale. She looks at you oddly. Sucks, man. She squints her eyes for a second, trying to remember something, then lets go of it. Was there something else about the contact mic, perhaps? Actually, I have some non-mic questions for you. Okay. What are you doing out here in the cold? Recording, I guess. And what are you recording exactly? I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell, not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. She scratches her forehead. What happened to the old headphones? Wait, what happened to the headphones? My boyfriend sold them. What for? I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life. A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious. And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps. The musicians in the Elysium use them for making music. They loop the stuff, cutting the tapes together, and they make music out of the cracks in the ice and the keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. I nod. Anyway, I thought I'd mix them too. It's supposed to be like a music place anyways. She rubs her shoulders and looks around. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too, and I don't have one of those. Take this, you're cold. The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket. No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. Sorry, I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck. It's okay, the lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. I give her my hat. You need this more than I do. Thanks. I lost my bum hat. She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is? That. She nods towards the church. The boys think it could be a great place. Like the Elysium or something. Stupid, really. She pauses. Not gonna be the Elysium, that's for sure. And who are the boys? Who are the boys? Yeah, Andre and the guys. They're inside in the tent. And why is that? Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside? They got too much stuff crammed in there, no room. Like what? Music stuff mostly, like this tape recorder but bigger, and there's piles of it. You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold? Yeah, she squints her eyes a little. They were pretty. Sorry we sold those. Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't freeze? The stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter, I can take the cold. I have other questions. We need to put some empathy stuff together before we try that one. Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church. It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah, she looks at the old wooden church up on the poles as a mean wind comes bellowing in. The six-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. What is anodic dance music? You know, anodic, cathodic music that's made with electronic instruments. Electronic instruments like what? Synthesizers and tape consoles, microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that. Did you put the padlock on the door? No. No? Not really, no. She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door. So this isn't yours? It's Noid's. Wait, is this Noid a friend of yours? I guess you could say that. Why did Noid put a padlock on the church door? To keep more weirdos from getting in? Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. She rattles her teeth. He's got the worst weirdos if you get around to it. Ask Andre about them, he'll tell you. So you want to turn the church into a club? I know, she nods towards the sloping mass of wood on the coast and shivers. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, right, black eyes widen. You two are cops. No, we are the law. Okay, well, she hesitates. Maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there's some strange things going on in that church, and if you're the police, you should look into it, right? I'll talk to them. They're inside that thing there, she points to the tent. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? I had more questions. You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questions. Why is that? Well, it's just questioning, right? You're questioning me, it's what cops do. Fast and clean, a good one. Can't say it's a lie, but it feels like one. She's better at lying than she'd like everyone to know. Been questioned before? Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience. They get east of the river. What's east of the river? Rich people? Rich people are east of the river. I lean in and whisper, let me guess. These rich people are not from around here. Aren't they? She seems perplexed. I thought they were bachelier as any of us, just way richer. Oh no, they're foreign bodies. Agents of international capital. You need only look close enough. She looks eastward. Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages. So what trouble have you gotten into with the police? The usual. Had a shitty run as a teenager. What's the usual? You know, drinking, getting in fights, ugly stuff that happens when you move out of your parents' place at 13 and in Faubourg. Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge. Wait, what's in Faubourg? Is this a rhetorical question? No, I literally can't remember even the most basic terms sometimes. Kim, the lieutenant steps in. Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world. And why'd you have to move out when you're so young? My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess I wanted to drink too, you know? Get my party on. Drinking, partying, and disco music are bad for you. You should take me as a warning example. She nods very cautiously. We are not going to be able to... Well, yeah, actually, that's it for now. Let's see if we can do this. We'll throw some empathy gear on. That's not empathy. No. Nope. 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 Oh, no. No. Was our hat an empathy hat? I hope not. Oh, there's a +1 empathy. Put on... Oh, they look horrible. Okay. Drama... That's -1 empathy, not the right kind. Oh, we really don't have a lot of empathy gear. Do we have anything that's lowering empathy? Yes, the suit of armor. Let's throw like a normal shirt on for now. Anything else lowering our empathy? Okay, I think that's it. We really need more hats. Is this a hat? What is this, anyways? Oh, it is a hat. +2 logic, -1 perception. I thought it was a hat. It looks really bad. Alright, well, let's go. Let's save and try this out. 17%. We legendarily failed. Let's try one more time. We'll give it like 3 attempts. And then we'll just give up for now. We'll come back later. Actually, we have a skill point. We could just put one into empathy. Wouldn't hurt. We auto-saved apparently.
Hello again.
Hey, we got it the second try. The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo Omicron adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age, or at any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live on their failure with this by your side. I tap on the recorder. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real, tell her. It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now. What is? Her shoulders shake a little. I'm once again reminded of how Contact Mike rose from the slums of St. Baptiste to the top of the boxing world, overcoming adversity and serious brain trauma. Nothing is coming. Nothing he wouldn't knock out in 3 rounds. The real fight is for the right attitude. Can't believe this turned into another Mike thing. Fine, okay, I'll stick to it. She takes the device from you and places it in her lap. I'll knock it out in 3 rounds. After a moment of silence, she speaks again. So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? He said eating me? There's nothing eating me. Come on, I can tell. She shakes her head slowly, but okay. Be a boadero about it if you want to. I guess there is something that's been making my life hell. What is it? I think it's the plight of the working class. Oh, really? The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creator and slave alike. I fear the process is irreversible. Wow, social justice really matters that much to you. That's commendable. It really had you shaken up there. Are you sure that's it, though? I haven't seen much of this world, but from what I've seen, social justice is an adolescent turn. Sounds almost liberal. What's got me shaken up is the people's struggle. It's got me shaken up bad. Yeah, man, they're pretty bad, she says without much conviction. It makes me sick thinking about the thousands, millions, and billions. How many people are there, actually? How many people are there in the world? 3.6 billion, not counting those on Sol. Really? That many? Reduces me to tears thinking of the 3.6 billion and God knows how many more in the Sol place, crushed under the tyranny of the market. Yeah, that's pretty bad, she nods. Are you sure you're not just hung up with some chick, though? I'm positive. Now I had some questions for you before this all started. That's it for now. We're going to call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. We're going to head into the tarp. See you guys later.